Poke is a much beloved dish in my family. My husband is from Hawaii and it's his favorite dish from home. Every time we're visiting the islands, our first stop right after landing is to Foodland for delicious fresh ahi poke.
The story of poke mirrors the story of Hawaii itself, a love and respect for the ocean and the blending of cultures of the many different peoples that migrated to the islands, calling them home and influencing their identity. Poke predates the Western settlement of Hawaii that started in the late 18th century. Polynesians native to the islands would prepare a variety of fresh seafood that was in bounty on the reefs with sea salt, seaweed, or limu in Hawaiian, and candlenut, a nut native to the islands similar to the macadamia nut. But the ingredients of modern poke that we know and love today came from the influence of the Japanese immigrants on the Hawaiian Islands. The first 153 immigrants arrived in Hawaii on February 8, 1855, as contract laborers for sugarcane and pineapple plantations. By the 1850s, a large number of Japanese farmers were migrating to the islands. This large wave was encouraged by a mass crop failure in Japan, and workers came to work on the sugar plantations across Hawaii. After the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, plantation owners' access to cheap Chinese laborers was closed off. So growers turned to Japan, resulting in further mass migration. The working conditions were extremely harsh, and about half of the workers returned to Japan at the end of their contracted time. Those who stayed and those who continued to move to the islands in the 20th century had a massive influence on the culture and food of Hawaii. Common Japanese staples such as soy sauce, sesame oil, and furikake, a dried mixed seasoning, were added to the dish. Other local ingredients such as Maui onions, an especially sweet varietal of onion, became a staple in poke. By the 1960s and 70s, ahi, or tuna, became much more popular and widely available, resulting in it becoming the standard fish to use for poke. Other seafood, such as salmon and octopus, are also used for other varieties of poke. And there are many, many variations of poke you can find on the Hawaiian Islands.
Obviously, this recipe isn't completely traditionally accurate, but if you're making it for yourself at home, it's a delicious and simple dish that you can get creative with and add your favorite ingredients to, or just use what's available. Did you know, between 2014 and 2016, the number of Hawaiian restaurants on Foursquare in the US serving poke nearly doubled, going from 342 to 679. If you want to know more about where some of your favorite dishes come from, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.